Howdy! This video is coming to you from the Hoh Rainforest in Washington State. Beautiful place, by the way. If you ever get a chance to come here, come here. We waited in line for 2 hours to get in, even with the camping reservation. Totally worth it. We just thought we'd give you a few comments about the stuff we're using on the road. Real world experience. You can see if you're building your own trailer, if you're interested in doing stuff, what is working, what is not working from on the road perspective. So first of all, I'm going to start here. This hitch is absolutely amazing. Hitch, no complaints. It just works awesome all the time. This little thing seems kind of silly. It keeps the hitch from rattling around, but for 12 bucks, it's awesome. So when you put on the brakes or do anything, your hitch isn't bouncing around. This Curt brake controller, really, really cool. I did not want to mess up the wiring in my car. Didn't want to mess up anything else. That thing sets up super quick and easy with the iPhone. It just works, and that's what I love about it. I'm going to show another video of how I made the front bump and rear bumpers on this car. Obviously, we're pulling this with the rear bumper that I designed and built, so that'll be another video. The firewood box, should have done this again a long time ago. Just great. Tie down points for the motorcycles. We decided to go to the frame on the motorcycles, more of a central location. These trays, happy to share plans with you for these trays. Super easy to cut them out. Keeps the motorcycles totally solid in here. Max tracks strapped up on here. We actually used these on one occasion out in the middle of Utah to help a woman with her Sprinter van get pulled out. They worked fantastically. I'm totally sold on these. We have a winch on the Land Cruiser, but super easy to use for a variety of different vehicles. Dometic products. This fridge is amazing. This is the CFX 355 IM. I love Dometic products. This fridge actually has a little ice maker built into it. It's enough ice for a couple beverages. It just works. Again, Bluetooth module. Victron Bluetooth module in here works great. I got the battery sense on there that senses the battery temperature. Via my phone, I can check on the fridge, I can check on the solar, I can check everything. Love all this Dometic stuff, with one exception. I bought this stove, did a lot of research. I love Dometic stuff. I pay extra for Dometic stuff. I am not afraid to pay extra for good things. I drive a Lexus. It's expensive, but it's a good, solid, reliable thing. We found out that this stove doesn't like to work above 3,500 feet, which is ridiculously annoying when you're camping. How many people don't go above 3,500 feet at some point? Dometic, please fix this. You make great stuff. Keep the good stuff coming. Fix this, please. Our sink here, everything is working great. As you can see, little plug for my wife's store. You can find this on freehousestudio.com. All kinds of wonderful little handmade spatulas, spoons, different things that she makes that are available there. Suspension is working awesome. Love this Timbren suspension. I'm not going to crawl down there and show that to you right now, so I want to stay clean. Little LED marker lights work fantastic. One of the best things we did on this trailer, and I would highly recommend this if you're building a trailer of any size, we put backup lights on the trailer. They're really, really bright white lights. If you ever have to back into a spot after dark, they're worth their weight in gold. We also doubled up on the backup lights and the tail brake lights. If one stops working, or just for extra visibility, you've got them there. Max Air fan is working great. Not very glamorous, but the tank washer, the dump, everything is working totally fine. Exterior shower is working great. We love that. Again, thanks to my wife for turning me on to some good stuff. These stainless steel things, not only do they look nicer, well, maybe that's it. They work the same, I guess, but they look so much nicer. This is the vent again for one tank. There's the vent for the gray and black tanks up there. Totally flush. They're marine grade stuff. Spend a little bit extra, get the marine grade stuff. It's just beautiful. Again, the Arctic turn windows, I've talked about those many times. One thing on the notion of storage, as you're planning out ahead of time, I like to blame it on the fact that these hatches were all that were commercially available at the time, and these bins are what we all have from Costco. But the reality is I probably just didn't plan well enough, because this is just too narrow to fit 2 of these bins in side by side. If this opening would have been 2 inches wider, 2 of these would have slid in side by side. Instead, you can see we have kind of one bin, it's relatively organized, and then kind of a mishmash of other stuff trying to pack around there. So if that's something you plan for ahead of time, you could get a hatch that's a little bit bigger, or get bins that are a little smaller. Obviously, we've all seen these really beautiful aluminum welded cases. I don't have $800 per case right now to spend on those. So for the time being, we're dealing with a little bit of a mishmash. So I want to talk about the interior, but I also want to talk about this window. I'm laying in our bed looking up, and it's so nice to look at the trees. As you can see around the outside, all these windows, we get a great view of the exterior. Beautiful campgrounds. These windows, I keep talking about, I just can't get enough of these windows. The screens that come down, the blackout shades that come up. Just really love these windows. The skylight we put in over the shower, you can see, because of the translucent surface of the shower, get some nice natural light in here all the time. I think we'd look for a different panel attachment system, because as we go through different climates and heat and cold cycles, a couple of these panels have popped out a little bit and we have to pop them back in. Not a huge deal, but slightly annoying. Something we do absolutely do again, but you need to plan for this. These rails are absolutely cool in their flexibility for being able to put keys, hats, clothes nets, other things up here, but you have to have a solid structure to attach these to. So some of these really cool new videos about these foam trailers, awesome. I love people being inventive and doing things that are lightweight and inexpensive, but with a system like that, you would have nothing to attach these to. So one of the beauties of having a nice strong system is you can attach other things like this too. You can see our LED lights across the top here are working really, really nicely. The dimmers we have on there, we love at night just turning on a little bit of red light or dimming the white light. So it just gives you a lot of flexibility. We obviously don't like attracting bugs. The airflow through here is really good. So as you plan a trailer, if you're going to do something like that, we put windows with big vents at one end of the trailer, fan at the other end of the trailer. So that fan is pulling air all the way through the trailer. Plan for a comfortable bed. We accidentally slept for 10 hours last night because the bed was so comfortable. Other people were up in the morning and sweatshirts and sweats and everything and making a fire first thing in the morning, and it's because it's hard to sleep on an uncomfortable bed, on an air mattress or something on straight on the ground. I mean, kudos to people for getting out there. That's awesome. But if you have the ability to build yourself a comfortable bed into your trailer, it just makes it that much more enjoyable in the whole camping experience. Being able to get up and go 2 feet to do what you need to do in the middle of the night is really nice. We got these bins here. We're going to put a strap across here to hold these in place. I may have mentioned that before. This door on our shower is working great. Just latches in here, really quick and easy.
We love to make things, yes we really do. Let's make some stuff together you can join in too. Plumbing, screwing, fabrication here and now across the nation.